So ChatGPT has a problem, and the problem is that Facebook has trained everyone to just scroll. So you just have to scroll and you're using Facebook and you're engaging with Facebook. Google has trained everyone just to punch in keywords to get the results that they want. ChatGPT, on the other hand, you actually have to think. You actually have to know the question that you want to ask, know how to compose the question, articulate it. And so the barrier to using ChatGPT is actually higher than using Facebook or Google or YouTube or WhatsApp. It's actually a lot higher because you actually have to articulate your thoughts and be kind of very descriptive. And this is the type of technology where the more information that you give it, the better the answer that it provides. And people just aren't in the habit of providing as so much information and doing so much work to get the output that they want from a technology. So even though ChatGPT and Claude and all these generative AI technologies are incredible, they actually require some decent amount of user input and user work to actually use. So what can we do? How can this problem be solved? I think the unfortunate answer is that there are always going to be kind of power users who are willing to put in the work and get that output from the technology. And then there's going to be everybody else who are essentially the 95%. And for that 95%, they would rather have something given to them and just press go. So I think what we're going to see in the coming future and what we're working on, even at PreScouter with our Oxy technology, is how can we make it easy for power users to share what they've learned, share their work, such that it's easy for regular users to essentially use that in a turnkey way. So far, we've seen this kind of problem be addressed with GPTs. So ChatGPT has this GPT store, but the reality is that while coding a few prompts into a GPT helps somewhat, it's still not sufficient to really tailor a solution for particular groups of regular users. And so there are going to have to be other ways to address this kind of issue. Another approach that's been working to some extent is applications building on top of ChatGPT and that technology for a particular use case, such as the Fathom or those note takers who are codifying these prompts, plus doing video recording and putting together a number of these things to provide that solution for that use case particularly well. Same thing with Perplexity and the search technology where they're using prompts and other kinds of things in the behind the scenes, so users don't have to be aware of the questions to basically get the benefit of that. So beyond these kind of GPTs and the GPT store, a second approach is taking applications and building custom applications on top of the technology. So I think we're going to start to see a number of different approaches. And this is also something that we're actively working on at PreScouter, and where we think the technology needs to improve in order for it to be accessible to as many users as possible. In our case, we're taking something of a hybrid between that custom application and off the shelf kind of GPT prompt codifying approach. If you're interested in learning more about what we're up to, feel free to get in touch with me, and I would love to show you what we're working on.